Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Thursday, December 15th meeting of the Board of County Commissioners. Good morning, Commissioners. It wasn't all that long ago that we were at the City Council at 9 o'clock, exactly 12 hours.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Madam Clerk, the first item, please.
Consent agenda.
Are there questions on the consent agenda? There's just one item, but A, B, C, D.
Madam Chair, I'd move for approval of the consent agenda as presented.
It's a motion by Commissioner Cook.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
New business, A, County Clerk. Number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Madam Chair, this morning we have one voucher report dated December 14th, 2016. Total amount of vouchers, $1,182,071.71. Significant items in the voucher report include building maintenance for $107,000, holding accounts of $422,000, and then expenditures at the Sheriff's Office for $316,000. I've reviewed the vouchers and I'll make a motion to approve.
It's a motion by Commissioner Archer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 2, consider correction orders.
Move approval.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Item B, corrections. Number 1, consider approval of request to post and fill a vacant re-entry coordinator position at an annual salary, including benefits, $53,427.96.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole, Shawnee County Department of Corrections. This is a request to fill our reentry coordinator position at the Department of Corrections that our current employee in this position has accepted a position somewhere else. I probably have to blame myself in asking this person to be on so many, or being on boards in the community, and somebody of the other agencies took her away. This is a very valuable position with the Department of Corrections and our initiative for reentry services and research and being a part of the community, emergency aid, and being able to prepare our inmates well before they are released to get back in and to identify areas of high risk of reoffense and to match them up with the appropriate programs. We do that before they leave the facility, so when they leave, we can monitor, meet with them, talk to them, make sure things like that. So this is a very valuable program. It is budgeted for this year, and it is in our budget for next year, so this is not a new position. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Brian. Any questions from the commission?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 2, consider approval of request to award bid to Mohan Construction for renovation of 2 inmate cells to meet ADA compliance at a total cost of $39,800, payable with remaining funds from the Certificate of Participation utilized for the kitchen.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brian Cole. This is just a follow-up to the authorization that the Board of County Commissioners gave us to go out and solicit bids to upgrade and renovate 2 of our cells in the Department of Corrections to meet ADA standards. When this came to us as a concern, we did, our safety officer did an extensive amount of research and found out that there are standards that you need to have 2% of your cells that meet and comply with ADA standards, which means if you have inmates in wheelchairs, being able to get to the appropriate toilet, sink, things like that, bed, rails, things like that. We need about 6 cells. This is just the beginning of what we would like to propose. That we do have money that was left over from the certificates of participation from the kitchen. I did meet with Betty Greiner regarding this matter, and these are appropriate. The funds are appropriate for this project. So I'll be happy to answer questions you may have.
Thanks, Brian. I have no questions.
Move for approval.
It's a motion by Commissioner Cook.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 3, consider approval of a request to fill 1 vacant maintenance tech 1 position at an annual salary, including benefits, of $42,828.28, and to fill any subsequent position that may become vacant from filling this position.
Good morning, again, Brian Cole, Department of Corrections. This is just a position that became vacant here recently. This is a part of our regular staffing plan. It is budgeted for this year and next year, and it is vacant. The downside is if we don't fill this does end up creating unnecessary overtime for people to stay longer or to come in. So this is a very important part of the sophisticated systems that we do have at the Department of Corrections, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thanks, Brian. I'll move approval.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 4, consider approval of request to award bid to Piping Contractor of Kansas for replacement of a chiller unit for the Department of Corrections Adult Detention Center at a cost of $548,900, payable with 2016 operating budget.
Lastly, again, Brian Cole, Department of Corrections. This is a project that I've been working, and our agency's been working very closely with Bill Kroll and Betty Greiner regarding the replacement of our chiller. This is a chiller that has far exceeded its life expectancy. We have continuously over the last several years been piecing it back together. Parts are becoming very hard to find. It's breaking down quite often. And when we had Bill come over and look at it, he had agreed that this probably will not make another year at all. This is a very expensive project, and we understand that. This was something that we have available in our funds, that we have put in budgets for the future to look at to replace. It is a big expense, but one that is necessary because it drives the entire air conditioning system of the Department of Corrections. Again, this is they expect them to live 25, 30 years. We're there. And again, this is something that we have worked very closely. We were authorized to go out for bids. We did that through an RFP system. And again, we've been working very closely with Betty and Bill on this matter. So I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thanks, Brian. And it does cover the purchase of the chiller and the installation.
Yes.
Everything is included.
Yes. And we also went out and put part of this to make individual components to where we can have better energy efficient, so the whole unit isn't, so instead of having this big giant chiller that probably would fill this room, we've had individual ones that can work. When one of them doesn't have to work, the other can work, and it'll be more energy efficient and will probably last longer. And this is the recommendation that came from Bill on how we should set up our RFP.
Okay, thank you. Further questions?
I'll move to approve the request.
Second.
Submission by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item C, Information Technology. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-385, 2016 with TSG for annual maintenance for hardware and software for an RS-6000 server platform at an annual cost of $2,781.52, payable from the Information Technology 2016 fund.
Morning, Commissioners. Pat O'Blander with the Information Technology Department. This is an annual renewal for maintenance on one of our RS-6000 server platforms. As indicated in the memo, it's used in keeping communications open between the KBI NCIC databases and the Shawnee County Emergency Call Center, so it's a critical piece of equipment. Another piece of information that would be useful to you, next commission meeting we'll be asking for replacement of an RS-6000 that fulfills the same role. We're talking about 2 servers. One is the main and one is the backup. This maintenance that I'm asking for renewal on will be the machine that will be the backup. And then next week we'll be asking for permission to purchase a new system. So to avoid confusion when we get to that's the reason we're asking for this maintenance at this point. If you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Thanks, Pat. Any questions?
I'd move for approval.
Submission by Commissioner Cook,
Second.
second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 2, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-386, 2016 with SunGuard, adding the One Solution Migration Project Weekend Upgrade to Contract C-239, 2015 with funding not to exceed $2,000 and payable from the One Solution project budget.
Commissioners, on this item, we have an update scheduled to be performed on the One Solution project. It's a version upgrade from 16.1 to 16.2. That does require some downtime for the One Solution system. What we're asking for here is permission to purchase or do an add-on to the contract to pay for weekend services from SunGuard to perform this update. They could do it for no additional money during the business week, but that would require that we bring down our ERP system for a couple of days during the work week, and that would negatively impact most departments in Shawnee County. So we'd like to do this over a weekend and go ahead and expend up to $2,000 to get that accomplished over a weekend. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Thanks, Pat. Any questions?
Move to approve.
It's motion by Commissioner Archer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you,
Thanks, Pat.
Item D, Sheriff's Office. Number 1, acknowledge receipt of correspondence from Sheriff Jones regarding the purchase of fuel from Capital City Oil at a cost of $50,000 payable from the Sheriff's 2016 budget.
Good morning, Commission. Herman Jones, Shawnee County Sheriff there.
Morning.
What you have for you is just augment what we have for purchase of fuel from Capital City Oil there. As it states, $50,000 coming out of the budget right there.
I'll move to acknowledge receipt.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 2, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-387, 2016, with the Fender Watch for 2017 at a cost of $500 payable from the Fender registration funds.
Commissioners, this is basically our renewable contract that we have for the that oversees our Fender registration there. This is basically annual registration of renewal of the contract.
Move to approve the contract.
There's a motion by Commissioner Archer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 3, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-388, 2016, with Taser International for annual maintenance of body cameras at a cost of $8,460 payable from the 2016 budget.
Commissioners, this is a continuation of our maintenance program that we have for our body cams for our officers there throughout the agency there. Obviously, when there's a breakdown or so, we've got this as part of our contract to send it in for maintenance or replacement of those.
Thank you. I'll move to approve the contract.
Second.
Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Item E, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-389, 2016, with Jenny Least for design and layout of the guide winter issue at a cost of $50 hourly, not to exceed $5,000, with funding from the 2016 business marketing budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. Before you is an amendment to a contract that was very similar to the hall printing contract we had on Monday. It was good through the year, but we inadvertently left off the winter issue. So basically, it's just to pay for the winter issue with this year's budget. Be glad to answer any questions you may have.
Thanks, Randy. Any questions on this item?
I move for approval.
Motion by Commissioner Cook.
Second.
And second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Number 2, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-390, 2016, amendment to Contract C-446, 2010, with the Shawnee Boat and Ski Club, extending Contract C-560, 2015, for utilization of the facility and docks at Lake Shawnee through December 31st, 2017, with a donation of $2,500 to Shawnee County Parks and Recreation Foundation.
Good morning, Commissioner. Sean Osborne, Parks and Recreation. This is one of the user groups in and around Lake Shawnee that utilize the facility and docks and do different things throughout the lake. I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have on the extension to the contract.
Thanks, Sean.
Move to approve.
All right.
Second.
It's motion by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Thank you.
Item F, Health Department. Number 1, consider authorization and execution of Contract C-391, 2016, with BKD LLP for preparation of the Medicaid and Medicare cost report for the year ended June 30th, 2016, at a cost of $27,040, payable from the FQHC reserve funds.
Good morning, Commissioners. Yes, so this contract is with BKB. That's the same auditors we've used the past few years. So this would be the final cost report to close out the FQHC as required. And the cost of the report itself would be approximately $26,000, and there could possibly be another $1,040 in administrative expenses. So we are requesting the $27,040 for this contract.
Thank you. And I don't think you stated your name either.
I'm
but
sorry.
That's okay,
Yes,
for the
Edith
record.
Matthews, the finance officer with the health
Good
department.
deal. Thank you, Edith. Any questions on this item? I'll move approval of the contract.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Thank you.
Item G, Public Works. Number 1, consider approval of request to award bid to Technology International for the purchase of a forklift at a cost of $20,475, payable from the Household Hazardous Waste Fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tom Block of Public Works and Solid Waste. This is a solid waste item, and we were in the market for a forklift for our household hazardous waste facility. We went out for bids, and we received 4 separate bids from actually 3 different vendors. One vendor submitted 2 different bids. The low bid was submitted by a company called Technology International. Essentially what they're a bidding agent for a local company called Van Keppel. And when we first heard of them, we were a little leery, but when we investigated them and found out that they actually were the agent for Van Keppel is very reputable, so we are comfortable with that bid. So it's our recommendation that we award the bid to Technology International in the amount of $20,475, and the funding for this project would come from the Solid Waste Fund, again, which is no tax fund since it's all user fee based. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thanks, Tom. Any questions? Commissioner Archer?
Thank you, Madam Chair. We haven't had a forklift used there before, have we? This is a new piece of
We
equipment?
borrowed one. They've been borrowing one from across the yard at our Public Works, and they've got the amount of volume now that we have up there is really required to get a forklift there permanently. So
Yeah.
so that's the reason.
Okay,
for
yeah.
it.
People are bullish on their taking care of their waste these days. I'll make a motion to approve.
That's a motion by Commissioner Archer.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Thanks, Tom.
Item H, Audit Finance. Number 1, consider capital outlay requests.
Good morning, Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services. On Monday, we had a work session to begin looking at allocating the capital outlay money for 2017. We looked at all of the requests. Each of the departments had an opportunity to present to you the facts of their request and then answer any questions that you had. And so today, we will take that next step of actually allocating those funds.
And Betty, again, this is for the $2 million that was budgeted
Yes,
for
we budgeted
2017.
$2 million, yes. And what you'll see here is, I have a list here that shows the department, that each department set their requests by priority for their department, a description, and then the requested amount. And then over on the side here, I have the approved amount. Now, and then on the bottom, I have the totals. The total requests totaled $3,177,766.18. On the approved column, I have put in one item that I would like for you to start with for the virtualization platform, our IT platform. This will be the 5th payment of 5. So this is the 5th year, and this will be our last payment on that. But that is an obligation of the county, and so I would suggest that you start with that one.
And this is the another step of the budget that we haven't done in the past, so we thought it'd be helpful. I know you suggested to go ahead and display it this way. The budget is easier to do when we can see everything in front of us and the public can see everything. Oh, can we get this back one?
Sorry.
Thanks, Dusty. And again, I think, as we say with the budget, nothing's final until it's final. So, I know that we each come to the table with different suggestions, and so we'll do it in the form of motions and work through it that way. That's agreeable. So, I will move to appropriate then the $310,013 for the virtualization platform. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Archer. Discussion, all those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. And from here, I don't know, what's the pleasure of the commission of working down the list, or?
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I would move to approve the 2 requests from the Department of Corrections.
So motion by Commissioner Cook.
I'll second it.
Is there a second?
Yes, I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Cook and second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
I'll make a motion to approve, under emergency management, the sustainment of the outdoor warning systems for $22,380.
Second.
So motion by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. I'll move to approve the $190,000 for the courtroom renovation.
Second.
Is there a second? Second. Motion by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed?
No.
Motion carries 2-1. Commissioner Archer dissenting.
Madam, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll make a motion under facilities management to approve the $100,000 for the North Annex HVAC and also carpet for the courthouse of $60,000.
Second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Cook. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 2-1. Commissioner Bueller dissenting. It's nothing against the facilities. Again, it's just in the math and how everything
Yep.
is
It is all me.
figured out.
Madam Chair, I would move under Public Works to approve I'm just going to do this as one.
As Public Works?
Yes, as Public
Okay.
Works. Approving every one except for the service truck, which is the mechanic service truck and the survey truck. So that would be the number 3 and the number 7.
It's a motion by Commissioner Cook to approve all those items except for number 3 and number 7.
I'll make a substitute motion to approve all of the Public Works requests.
I'll second for now, but also
Right.
recognizing that in the end, there's going to be $1,177,000 that we can't approve.
Exactly.
We have more than what we have available. So I will second for now, but recognizing we may have to come back.
Understood.
There's a motion to approve all of Public Works, and there is a second. All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. I will move to approve the $20,000 for the lunchroom renovation. I have had conversations with Dean Coco, and it looks like that project will be worked in their schedule hopefully in the spring.
I'll second that.
It's a motion by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
I'll make a motion to approve all of the requests for IT capital expenditures. IT is the lifeblood of our operation, and we have to invest in that.
That has been amended. This is the virtualization platform. They have
The others have been, I did get
resolved
that.
out of their 2016
I did get that
budget.
email.
There have
Thank
been
you.
a few adjustments by the department directors themselves and some removal of some projects.
That's
So,
correct, that's
Yes,
correct. I
those
stand
items will
corrected.
be on the agenda for Monday.
right.
Thank you guys.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I would move to approve the replacement of the artificial turf at the Jerry Robertson Field.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye.
Okay,
I'm gonna-
$2,292,492.
Well then,
All those in favor, yeah, say aye. Anyone opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Madam Chair, for the sake of having a zero, can we reduce the employee lunchroom by $2,492?
That would be agreeable. I'll second that. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed, motion carries 3-0. I did not do any appropriations for the sheriff's office, simply the fact of the forfeiture fund balance. And then I have had a conversation with Sheriff, and the storm shelter and the fiber are two items that I think that we could have further conversations in 2017 and see how that might be worked, but not out of this $2 million.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Before we depart for the day, I would ask for us to go back and consider the number 7 from Public Works, the survey truck, and consider having that, whether or not we want to pursue that one as opposed, in order to do the 911 Valencia Tower.
Let's
Town Block Public Works. That would be fair. I would not have an issue with that. That was our lowest priority, and I know there's a lot of needs out here, so if that was the recommendation, I would not have any issues with that.
just number 7.
Just number 7.
So motion to reconsider that amount, is that the appropriate?
It would be to
To remove.
remove number 7 and then to fund the $25,000 for the generator at the 911 tower.
I think you need,
All right, I'll
Do
do
it
one
in
at a
2
time.
steps.
I'll do it
Two
one at a time.
separately? Yeah.
Motion to
To
remove
remove.
the survey work truck.
Okay, there's a motion to remove by Commissioner Cook. I'll second that motion. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed, motion carries 3-0.
Motion to appropriate $25,000 for a generator at the 911 Valencia tower.
There's a motion, is there a second? That motion dies for lack of a second. I will move to approve the $35,000 for planning services for Gage Park. Is there a second? That motion dies for lack of a second.
I'll make a motion to approve as we now stand on the capital improvements project.
What is that amount?
$1,940,000. It gives us a little bit of a cushion, maybe 3%, so that'd be my motion.
Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Cook. All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0, and I'd just like to say, I hope this process has worked better. I hope it will, for 17. And again, as with the budget, nobody gets everything, that they requested. But I think you know this commission well enough that, as needs arise, that we are willing to listen. And so, I'll leave it at that.
I will say that I have received quite a few positive comments on this, that by looking at all of them, as a whole, and then also gives the departments an idea of what what you're facing and what decisions you have to make at looking at the needs for the whole county.
We did have some discussion also on looking even further out than just 1 year. Because again, this is just for 2017. So as we look at capital outlay and that budgeted each year, then how is that projected out 3 to 5 years? So keep that in mind as well. As I know you submit those in your strategic plans for the budget, but I think we're going to make a concerted effort to do better planning on capital outlay. So, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Madam Chair, I think this is a good first step. I think this is a dramatic improvement over what we've done in the past. First come, first served. This is systematic, and thank you, Betty, and the chair for implementing this process.
All right. Next item, please.
Item I, Commission, number 1, consider approval of resolution number 2016-87, settling the wage impasse with the Shawnee County Parks Employee Unit of Teamsters Local number 696.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jim Crowley, Human Resources Director. This item settles the impasse by implementing the county's last offer. It's in the form of an attached resolution with what simulate contract provisions. The matters in issue were wages, so the other contract provisions that were already in place will remain in place, and then what you are deciding is the issue regarding wages. And I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
Can you summarize for us what this does for wages?
It was the county's last offer to this unit, which is freezing the wages of the park maintenance workers, but it does provide increases to all of the other categories or classifications within the unit. And I can read those to you.
Any questions from the
I'll
commission?
move to adopt the resolution.
There's a motion to adopt the resolution. I'll second that motion. Do we have anyone in the audience wanting to speak on this item? Okay. All those in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you.
Jim.
Number 2, acknowledge receipt of letter of resignation from Martin Weisar as a trustee for Auburn Township.
I'll move to acknowledge receipt.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Bueller, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Number 3, acknowledge announcement and outline of procedures for fill-in 3 vacant township positions.
And Commissioners, I have the County Counselor's Office go ahead and put this in a form of memo to make sure everybody is on the same page. And I'm looking, and we are doing this for now, Auburn Township, Silver Lake Township, and Topeka Township. Jim, could you kind of just publicly give us just a brief summary again on what we will be doing for all these positions?
Excuse me, this is Jim Crown, trying to find the item.
Sorry.
My understanding, Commissioner, is we do have 3 vacancies, and once we have a notice of vacancies, in the past, what we've done is we've given out a public notice that persons in the public that are qualified and interested in serving in these positions can make an application to the Board of County Commissioners. You'll have that open for a period of time, and then you will make the appointments from those applicants.
So they submit those to the commission office, and then
Yes.
we have a chance to review them.
Yes.
Commissioners, is there anything else that you, any resumes or just names? I'm just looking for feedback, I think, to give the public on what they need to submit. It's really up to.
Yes, and this is the process that we've done in the past.
Right.
There isn't a statutorily mandated process. You have to do it this way, so it's really at your pleasure.
Right.
This is simply the process we've done in the past.
So
And we've
it's-
given usually a 2-week window, but with the holidays and everything, I don't know what the commission wants to do.
Madam Chair, I would move that we accept applications, that they would be due by January we said January the 5th, I mean, that gets us past the holidays. Or actually, if we can make it January the 4th, we would have the ability to then approve, on the 5th, we would still be able to swear in on the 9th, and not creating a special swearing-in process.
Actually, the agenda would already be set by the 4th for the 5th. So, yeah.
I was just trying to.
I know. Should we leave it as the 5th?
Yes.
Okay.
So all applications would then be due by the 5th?
Okay, that is a motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. So till January 5th, for each of those townships, you have to live in the township. If there's any questions as to the qualifications, then they can contact the commission office. But then everything is submitted to the commission office. Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you.
Number 4, acknowledge that Commissioner Cook is appointing Brian Albert to the Shawnee County Planning Commission.
Commissioners, this is an individual that lives in the district as required by the code. I had an opening on the Planning Commission after the resignation of a person who had served for a number of years, and I'd like to thank them for their service to Mr. McAfee on his service to the board. Mr. Albert works as an engineer for HME, and so I'm hoping to draw from that engineering background as we move forward the Planning Commission.
Great. This motion by Commissioner Cook,
Second.
second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
Administrative communications. Number 1, presentation on the local survey regarding 4-H effectiveness in fostering positive connections, encouraging responsible decisions, and developing communication and citizenship skills.
Good morning, County Commission. Candace Mearpool, Shawnee County Extension, 4-H Youth Development. Before I get to the survey, I did have a chance to steal Kim Seeley from our office today. Kim was promoted to be our 4-H program assistant in June, but she had been our 4-H office professional since 2012. So I said, "What are you doing this morning?" "You're coming to a commission meeting." So very happy to keep her and be able to promote her. She's been a really big asset to our program. I never thought I'd be so excited about a survey, but I got a chance to serve on the Kansas 4-H committee to conduct this survey. Since 2008, Tufts University has been doing a national survey of 4-H positive youth development, and we've been able to get statistics from that national survey. But last year, Kansas 4-H decided we wanted something more local to see the impact in our counties. So not only is it a Kansas survey, but it's a Shawnee County survey of 4-H impact as well. 4-H has about 12 common measures that we can survey against, things that our program revolves around, but that makes for quite a lengthy document for youth 8 to 18 to fill out. So this survey focused on responsible choices, effective communications, connecting to others, contributions, and citizenship. So that's what we pulled out. If we do it again in the future, we could survey on these same measures, or we could pick other measures from the 12 that we are allowed to survey on. It was quite a big process that I didn't know until now, but we started in January creating the question sets on what we wanted to get out of the survey. And then it all had to be approved by K-State IRB office to make sure that the questions were scientific. And that's also a requirement to publish. So we can publish our results because it was approved as a scientific survey. We implemented it in March, trying to get all the counties in Kansas to participate before summer, because we all know 4-H gets crazy in the summer. So we were trying to get as many people to participate as possible. And then we got all our results back and analyzed in that August-September timeframe, and we published in October. which is this nice shiny document that was not printed by my office. It's much too pretty for something that I would do. But like I said, in what we were going for, making responsible decisions, all of these questions started as a result of my 4-H experience. So that is how we were getting the answers. Youth were answering, 95% were comfortable with making their own decisions as a result of my 4-H experience. 91% had a plan to reach their goals, and 89% said they don't succumb to peer pressure. I'll go ahead and say the Kansas figures, but I have the Shawnee County figures, and they're very close. On that one, it was 97, 92, 85. So should you want the Shawnee County figures for all the questions that were asked, I will email you, because that would take a lot of trees to bring it for everybody. On developing connections, 96% said they can work successfully with adults and have caring friends. 93 said they are connected to adults who are not their parents. Citizenship skills, which I think is very important. 94% said they gained skills by learning how to serve their community. 96 reported that they can make a difference through community service, and 97% reported that they have a strong desire to help others as a result of their 4-H experience. Leadership. Sometimes 4-H gets a bad rap on 4-H meetings and their parliamentary procedure, and they're messy because kids run them. They're not run by adults. But I think it's important that this is a part of our program, because 95% of the youth surveyed said they allow everyone to have a voice in a meeting. 95%. 95% said they treat everyone fairly and equally when they are in charge of a meeting. The communication was actually the ability to speak publicly was one of the lower measures. It was in the 60s statewide, but I think that's the number one fear of all Americans is to speak in public. So I'm not embarrassed by that number. And actually what our publication shows is between the first year in 4-H and the third year in 4-H, the confidence to speak in front of people increased 60%. But right now in Shawnee County, we had 67% said that they were comfortable speaking in front of public. We had 154 youth take our survey in Shawnee County. That was a very good number. We were the second county, only to Johnson, to get surveys back. So I was happy with that. Yes. So are there any questions?
That's good. Thanks for sharing this with
Absolutely.
us. Yeah,
Thank
definitely. Any questions? No?
Thank you, Ken.
Okay, thanks
you.
again.
Commissioners, Tom Black, Public Works and Solid Waste. With the upcoming holiday season, we have a significant 3 weeks in a row where our solid waste collection schedule is going to change. And they're not always necessarily the same. So I will go over them. I won't even remember them, so people will go to our website or have these calendars that we mail out every year. And speaking of these calendars for next year will be mailed out here in the next week or two. So be looking for them in the mail. They really are not junk mail. They're actually quite helpful throughout the year. But with the county celebrating Christmas Eve and Christmas as holiday, and following on the week Saturday and Sunday, we celebrate Christmas Eve on the Friday and then Christmas Day on the following Monday. So that affects those 2 weeks. And then New Year's being on the following Sunday, we celebrate it on the subsequent Monday. So we have 3 weeks in a row we're going to have changes to our schedule. So beginning next week, with Friday being a county holiday, we're going to have Monday and Tuesday customers will not be changed. Wednesday customers will be moved up to Tuesday, Thursday customers up to Wednesday, and Friday customers up to Thursday. That's next week. The following 2 weeks, with the holiday being on Monday, there'll be no collection on Monday. Monday customers move back to Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday customers on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday customers will see no change. So we see people that really trying to be thinking of that, especially next week when we move people up in the week. If we don't come back, if they miss, they forget that the weeks where we move everybody back, they just leave them out on the curb and they'll be fine. But so anyway, the next 3 weeks, We gotta be paying attention about our trash
Okay.
and recycling.
All right. Good deal. Thanks, Tom.
Commissioners, Pat O'Blender with the Information Technology Department. I was sitting next to Larry Maw out in the audience, and he had wanted to make an announcement here in the administrative communications, but he had to leave for a funeral. So he asked me if I would go ahead and make his announcement. So I'll try to do it with the same parental gravitas that Larry usually does for these announcements, but I don't know if I can pull it off. He wanted to mention that taxes are due by December 20th, by the end of the day. So everybody needs to get their taxes paid by that point in time. And as an added convenience, on December 19th, the Rossville location will be open from 8 to noon on Monday. So with that information out there, I'll let it go.
Well done, Pat.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioner Randy Luby, Parks and Recreation. Today we have a birthday celebration, and no, Shelley, it's not a belated birthday celebration today, but I kind of wanted to do that, but it was Axe's idea. But, the Victor Schoolhouse at the Old Prairie Town today is having a birthday celebration at noon. This is the 125th year of the schoolhouse. We have over 70 third and fourth graders from Rossville Elementary that will be attending, as well as Doug Martnick, who attended the school as a child. He volunteers at the Ward Mead, Friends of Ward Mead out at Old Prairie Town now. Give you a little brief history. This school was the old, the Victor Common School District of 101 in Rossville, Kansas in between 1891 and 1954. And then it's been at Old Prairie Town since 1981. So it's a lot of neat little history. I was noticing one of the things they did in the classes, they had recess at a certain time and allowed 10 minutes, and if the students did not listen to the teacher, they were proceeded to the dunce corner. And it brought me back to my anyway, I hope you can come out to enjoy that today. It ought to be a good time. Thank you.
Thanks, Randy. Any other administrative communication?
Brian Cole, Department of Corrections. I just wanted to let everybody know I have contacted other agencies that have come in right in front of the jail right now. It looks like a war zone. That they are redoing all of the concrete out front. There still is access to the front lobby, just to the glass enclosure, just to the west of the glass enclosure to the front lobby. There is a temporary door. It is being monitored, things like that, but I just wanted to reassure that we haven't stopped any business or anything like that. There still is access to the front lobby. Just right now, this is probably going to keep going probably for another couple weeks, I'm guessing. And but I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that there are some signs, pylons, things like that, but you can still have access to the front lobby.
Very good. Thank you. Anybody else with administrative communication? Commissioners, anything?
Madam Chair, just I'd like to thank Candace for coming and talking about 4-H. 4-H was such a big part of growing up for me. For 10 years as a 4-H'er, we talked about all those things that Candace touched on, parliamentary procedure, how to run a meeting, leadership, just being able to get up and speak in public, activities, whether everything from rocketry to working with animals and the whole gambit. And so 4-H does add a lot to our community and to our youth in a positive way. Also want to thank Director Cole for making sure we know the jail's still open for business. That's it.
No? Commissioner Archer?
Yeah, I wanted to thank Candace also, and she mentioned that some of their meetings were messy because they were kids. Well, a lot of adult meetings are messy as all get out last night. We had a JADO meeting last night, and I was thinking what a difference a year makes. Last night the meeting was long, but it was productive, and it was a celebration of what we accomplished in 2016 and plans for 2017. And I'm looking forward to the new year. I think the new leadership at Go Topeka and the Chamber of Commerce is just outstanding, and I'm excited about next year. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Candace. Candace, because I don't want to be the only one that doesn't say thank you. I did want to note that the J.P. Lewis building is now open for business, which is the Public Health Department. Allison welcomed quite a few people there yesterday for the open house, and there's a plaque now commemorating the building. So congratulations to all those employees over there. They had a group picture, and we're in celebration as well. So, and yes, I am also encouraged and excited about 2017 with Go Topeka, and with all the amazing people, not only the amazing staff, but all the volunteers who have stepped up as well. So that's important. I don't have anything else. Next item, please.
Executive session?
There is a need for an executive session for a period not to exceed, we'll try 20 minutes first, for consultation with an attorney for the body or agency which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship, and for matters relating to security measures that protect a public body or agency, public building or facility, or the information system of a public body or agency. That is a motion.
And I'll add non-elected
Non-elected,
personnel.
okay. There's a motion by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries 3-0. 20 minutes.